How can curriculum better meet the needs of all students? Before we can answer that question, we really need to know who are our students. According to Frere, they're people who are attempting together to learn more than they know. Today's students are at risk, gifted from diverse cultures, and everything in between. We've made a move in education towards inclusion, so that means that kids who may otherwise have been in pull-out classrooms are now in the regular classroom. So teachers are faced with a greater challenge with regards to meeting the needs of the learners in their room. So what is our goal as educators? Our goal is to help students respond to information rather than simply accumulate it. We don't want to be the fountain of information spewing out knowledge only to have it regurgitated for us. We want to engage all students in active learning and help them see the connections between what they are learning in school and their lives, past, present, and future. As teachers, we all hear the question, when will I ever need to know this? Why do I have to learn this? And we really want to make that obvious through our teaching and learning methods for the kids so that they can see, oh, this is when I might use this in the real world. That being said, it's time for change. Curriculum better meets the needs of all students when it's based on integrated inquiry reflective of the world in which we live. So we need to look at three things then: integration of curriculum, inquiry-based learning, and collaboration, both of the professionals who are putting together the integrated inquiry-based learning units and of the students who work together to formulate learning. What is an integrated curriculum? Curriculum integration can range from correlating themes across subject areas to completely reconstructing units to focus on solving a problem rather than making distinctions between subjects. Why move towards an integrated curriculum? Well, according to Noddings, the sharp division of subject matter along traditional disciplinary lines continually prevents wide-ranging and relevant exploration. We put up walls with discipline-specific planning, and we don't allow kids to surpass them. Experiences in our lives and our world seldom occur in discipline-specific isolation. Even people who specialize, who go on to be scholars in different disciplines, need to be able to look at how their discipline fits in within the real world. So our education should also provide that opportunity and experience. Students are more motivated and actively engaged in their learning when they can see how it's relevant to their lives, and integration makes that more possible. The research shows that bilingual students benefit from integration of content areas because of the natural repetition and scaffolding of key vocabulary and concepts. And at-risk students working with integrated curriculum show improvements in both potential learning and self-esteem. So what kind of integration then? It needs to be authentic and it needs to be meaningful. We need to require students to communicate and collaborate in real-life settings that involve problem-solving and challenging content, which moves us on to inquiry. Integrated curriculum lends itself well to inquiry-based learning projects because teachers are able to work together to determine the driving essential questions that span the disciplines. Once these questions have been developed, students can be led down the road to discovery learning as it relates to each of the disciplines intertwined. While inquiry can also happen in discipline-specific classrooms, the integrated approach provides more time spent on the concept or the big question, what makes this worth knowing, and a greater variety of perspectives and support in the form of adults who come from different backgrounds being able to provide support and facilitation. Inquiry extends the invitation to all students from all backgrounds to engage in active learning and provides a deep level of learning. And this is really what drew me into the integrated and inquiry-based approach, because when I started out doing my research, I was looking at how to help my at-risk students. But what I found was that I could help all students using the same method. Learners have been found to have significantly higher engagement and achievement on challenging tasks when they learn in an inquiry environment. But what are the realities? What are the challenges? Teacher education doesn't lend itself to curricular integration, as teachers continue to be given content-specific education. When you go through to become a teacher, a high school teacher specifically, because that's how I went through, you choose your major and your minor and you're taught how to teach those things. You're not taught how to teach in the interdisciplinary fashion. Vast amounts of professional development would be required to shift teachers' thinking from subject-specific to that of integration, and teachers would also be required to attain new pedagogical skills. A big one is that school timetabling doesn't take integrated curriculum into consideration. Timetabling is done based on subject-specific classes and how to move so many sections of each grade through to each different discipline. And it would require much more planning to free teachers to collaborate on inquiry-based integration. Current government and societal expectations regarding programming and assessments make it difficult to find time and sometimes funding to implement integrated collaborative inquiry projects. We have pushes coming down that we need to work on. And so when we're working on the RAD and F&P and math assessments and prepping for those, it makes it difficult to find time to do the integrated inquiry. So to recap, research has shown that all students are better served by an inquiry-based integrated curriculum that offers students opportunities to collaborate and solve real problems. There are many challenges to integrating curriculum, timetabling, philosophy, and current standards in the field of education. So while it may not be possible to shift entirely to an integrated inquiry-based curriculum, teachers and curriculum developers should do their best to incorporate these methods as often as possible for true student growth and knowledge.